Hello, Life Groups. Welcome back. We are continuing in our Running on Empty series, and through this series, we've been talking and discussing different emotions and things that, if left unchecked, leave us feeling like we have nothing left in the tank. Throughout this series, we've talked about busyness, anger, depression, shame, and loneliness, and this week we're talking about discontentment. And I think that we all can admit and all acknowledge that discontentment is everywhere around us. We're discontent with our jobs and our houses. Sometimes we're discontent with our marriages, the church we attend, or our finances, and we look around at what other people have and we decide that what we have simply isn't enough. And we see the same thing happen in 1 Samuel. See, throughout the Old Testament, the nation of Israel has seen God show up in big and powerful ways, delivering them from slavery and all these different things, but they still wanted what all the other nations had. They looked around and saw what all the other nations had, which was a king, and they thought that, well, why shouldn't we have a king as well? See, comparison assures discontentment, and I would argue that not a whole lot has changed. We have this built-in temptation, this built-in tendency to want the things that other people have, to compare what we have with someone else. And for the Israelites, it didn't matter that God had told them that having a king, having a human king, would mean terrible things for them. It didn't matter that God wanted to be their king. It didn't matter that their protection was promised by God, but they were willing to decline that protection in order to have a king. But we're not all that different. We live in a society where comparison is automatic, and where we deal with societal pressures to look as good as the person we see scrolling through Instagram. We're constantly seeking, and seeking the wrong things assures discontentment. The material things that will never fill you up or never fill the void, they'll always leave us feeling empty. Even Scripture tells us in Matthew 6 to not store up treasures on earth, but to store up treasures in heaven. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And so the question that we have to continually wrestle with is, where is your treasure? Is your treasure found in material things or experiences? Or maybe for some it's found in being accepted, and while for others it's found in that promotion or that position at work. And if that is the case, if our focus is all on things here on earth, we've shifted the focus away from God and onto ourselves. But 1 Timothy chapter 6 says that godliness with contentment is great gain. And as we continue to have an external focus, rather than focusing and fixating on what we don't have, we can continue to show people around us that our priorities are not of this world. Philippians chapter 4 talks about fixing your heart and your mind on things that are above, things that are good and pure and lovely and true and admirable and worthy of praise. And so again, the question we have to wrestle with is, where is your treasure? Enjoy your discussion today.